Morning. Morning, guys. Today is a rest day. About bloody time. Love training, but at the same time, I also love my rest days because with all this video stuff and editing, I haven't actually gotten much time to myself to, I don't know, like game and stuff. And I'm a massive gamer, guys. Like, originally I got all of this equipment here to do gaming videos and stuff like that, streaming, whatnot. But got busy, and it also, I realized when you do game streaming and stuff, you kind of need to have a following to bring to Twitch rather than just kind of like, just become famous on Twitch. So I changed gears and did this because I've always been wanting to do this anyway. I needed more equipment, which I have now. So, rest day, I'm, yes, still at the gym. This is the Silverback's little kitchen area upstairs, which is pretty neato. Have a microwave. They also sell these Muscle Chef meals here. So I'm just having one of these. It's the beef stroganoff. 62 grams of protein. So, you know, it's pretty much my go-to. That one and the burrito beef bowl, whatever it's called. Both are like 60 something grams of protein, nice and high. Pretty decent calories. The carbs and fats are actually pretty good too. So yeah, just a nice cruisy one. I wasn't as super organized this morning as usual. I kind of slept in a little bit, which I'm kind of happy to, honestly. My body's been feeling a bit sore because I've been going to bed a bit late, doing the uploading and all that stuff of this stuff. I'm just still trying to get used to it. Today I was kind of like, do I do a video or not? And I thought, you know what, stuff it. Come along and chill out with Zev on a classic rest day. It's not going to be a crazy training day, obviously, guys. I'm just going to be eating my meal, having a chat with you guys, doing some cardio, having a chat with you guys. And I've got to go get a remedial session from my remedialist at 12, so in about an hour. So nothing crazy when it comes to cardio, guys. Maybe 30 minutes on the treadmill, something like that. I'm just trying to enhance a little bit of essentially calorie burn and all that kind of stuff. If I can get the calorie burn, I'm pretty happy with that. So yeah, because I want to try and open up my deficit by going higher energy expenditure rather than going, you know, low calorie and creating the deficit down here. I want to try and create it up here. I feel like that's the better way to go. There's actually been some research and studies and anecdotal data and all this other kind of stuff that have been showing that if you can open up your calorie deficit by opening up expenditure, so doing more steps or a bit of extra cardio, that's going to be more advantageous if you're trying to lose weight, as you can retain more muscle, as you're getting more nutrients and keeping your energy fuels there. So your body's not feeling like, oh shit, I've got less fuel, I need to go into conservation mode. So yeah, that's how I'll target that. Anyway, guys, I'm going to smash down this meal. I'll see you on the treadie. So guys, on the treadie, let's boot it up. So yeah, I actually do cardio every morning now, or most mornings, should I say. There are days there where I'm a bit of a lazy bitch, but majority of the time, it's just the start. This is basically my first week or two of really getting into this. Way too slow, let's bang this up. I'm in my first week or two of actually doing this shred, and you know, it's one of those things where I'm just gradually slipping in. You know, I'm not one of those people that like to bang on into a shred too hard to the point where I'm going to burn out. Let's go up to 5.5. Yeah, because to me, I think you've got to look at this whole situation as very realistic. Look, I'm no IFBB pro, and I know that's a bit of a cop-out mentality, going, oh, I'm not the greatest, so I don't have to try that hard. It's not that. It's just, well, in all honesty, I also believe that if you're going to be doing some wacky things with the body, you shouldn't just go in such a sharp zigzag motion. I think it's a good idea to kind of ease in a little bit, just to get the body kind of going, okay, here we go. Some people like to shock, some people don't. When it comes to mentalities and stuff, some people really react well to diving in and shaking things up a bit. I like to take my time at the beginning. I find in my experience of comp prepping, and I've done about, I don't know, 8 shows or some shit at amateur and pro level in WFF, which is basically NAB's brother or sister federation, hard to explain. But when I did the comp preps with those, I found that I would flick a switch at some point during the shred. So in the beginning, I hate to say this, but in the beginning I was a lazy, sloppy, all over the place prepper, and I wasn't really dedicated to my preps. And then what would end up happening is I would, at probably around 8 weeks out, look at my physique and go, fuck, I'm actually going to be on stage and I'm going to be presenting this to an audience of so and so many people. I don't want to look like an absolute pile of shit. That would be embarrassing. So I would then mentally flick a switch at that point, and I would dial in hard, and my food would dial in hard, and I would become an absolute obsessed, I don't know, bodybuilding crazy man, freak, I don't know. Basically, I would take it super seriously from that point on. I don't think that's a good idea. That's just how I was when I was younger, at least. I haven't comped for like 4 years. 2019 was my last show. That was in China. So it's been a very long time. I'm a bit more mature now, I'd like to think. So I'm looking at trying to actually do this properly and gradually, just for the first few weeks, ease myself into that transition of cutting out a lot of foods, getting in a bit of cardio, you know, creating the lifestyle, creating the discipline, and then lock and loading. Well before 8 weeks out, even before 12 weeks out. I don't know what shows I'm going to do actually. I haven't really locked in any dates, but I'm looking around April, May next year. And we're nearly in the next year, so it's really not too far away, guys. So I'm probably approaching the 16 weeks out mark, so it's a good idea for me to start dialing in. So that's what I'm doing, cardio. So yeah, just about 20 to 30 minutes of cardio every day, guys. Nothing too crazy. I don't really want to do more than that. I just don't want to. And I don't really think I need to just yet, so that's just where I'm at. I'm trying to keep a good balance between keeping muscle and burning fat. As in the past, especially the China show that I did, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret here. I was a bit of a fucking idiot. And what I ended up doing was I stuffed around in my prep, eating stupid shit, doing heaps of stupid things. And then, you know, even drinking and stuff. And then, I think it was 6 or even 4 weeks out, something stupid, absolutely stupid. I was like 10 kilos over my target weight of being shredded. And I was like, this ain't gonna work. And the flights to China and everything were already paid for. And I was like, holy shit, I can't like keep doing this. I can't fuck around anymore. I better go in crazy mode. And I did. And I went into too much of a crazy mode. I did like keto, everything organic, everything whole food, just over the top, just trying to find every nook and cranny I could really latch into and go for it, even if it was potentially like not the greatest for, you know, muscle. And I ended up, I dropped 10 kilos in 4 weeks. That's actually true, and that's crazy. And I looked quite lean, but in all honesty, guys, I do think I lost a bit of size doing that. And that was disappointing. I still managed to win the show, which was crazy, but very disappointed in that prep. I don't want a repeat of that. I definitely never want to even start flicking the switch around 8 weeks out onwards. I want to be flicking that switch around 12 weeks onwards and easing myself in 4 weeks prior to that, at least. So that's what this is. I've already dropped about 4 kilos, guys, which is pretty crazy. And that's only been like a week or two. You do happen to have a quick flick over when it comes to dieting, because what ends up happening in the very beginning, in the first couple of days after cleaning up your diet and stopping with the condiments, stopping with the excess sugary bits here and there and silly things here and there and snacking, and you also start getting more stricter with your hydration and all these bits and bobs and all that. What you'll end up finding is you'll actually drop a fair bit of water weight in the very beginning, and you'll actually visually, it's a pleasing process, because you think, holy shit, I'm dropping 2 kilos of fat in a couple of days. That's crazy. It's not fat, guys, it's water. Don't have a deflation experience over that, especially if you're just starting to diet now. You're like, but I'm kicking ass. I've already dropped 2 kilos in a week or whatever. You know, just see that as part of the process. That's your body just tidying itself up before it starts to do its fat burning. So yeah, look, the way I want to approach this is just ease myself in, nail in. Once I get those dates for the shows that I'll be doing, I'm going to nail in extra fucking hard from from that point onwards, but I still don't know what that is. So in the meantime, tidy everything up, adding a little bit of cardio, and then yeah, when it comes to training, just try to keep my strength up. That's something that I don't want to skip out on this time. I really think there is a benefit. As long as you don't push too hard, as long as you obviously don't push to the point where you know you're risking tear. Yesterday, I did chest day. I will admit I was getting a smidge reckless. I really wanted to show off to you guys a little bit because I know when I'm eating plenty of calories and my body's recovered, I can push heavy shit. It's just something for me. That's my forte, bench press. And I wanted to show that off to you guys. I've got to remember that this isn't an ego competition. This is actually about your body, muscles, and all that kind of stuff. And staying healthy is something that you want to try and do as much as you can along the side, because it's something that sits next to life. You know, it never overtakes life, it sits next to it. And if anything, it's just underneath it. Your life, your longevity, and how you treat your body, wellness, all that stuff should be on the forefront of your mind when it comes to this kind of stuff. Unless, look, I shouldn't say unless, but there are a lot of people that will say unless you're getting IFBB Pro status and you're getting paid, or you're setting yourself up. So a big stint of like fucking yourself so you can, you know, get rich and then jump out and focus on recovering your health after that. Some people want to do that. It's a bit reckless, but I get it. Not me though, not really. I rather kind of be very conscious and cautious and try to take care of myself along the way as much as I can. Just, you never know, if you do that reckless game, you can just, something could happen during that reckless period and all your loved ones, unfortunately, are around you watching that process happen, and it's a sad experience, sadly. So anyway, on to more positive things, less sad, depressive stuff. After this, I'm going to go to my remedial session. It's in 35 minutes. I've already done almost 10 minutes of cardio, so that's actually not too bad. I'll try and knock out at least 25, 30 minutes of walking. At this pace, it's actually quite comfortable. I'm getting a sweat already, but I'm not feeling any weird niggles in my calves or anything like that, which can kind of happen. So just a nice little pace. So I'll try and take you guys along to my remedial session. Obviously, I'm not going to chat. It's most likely going to be sped up. I'll introduce you guys, if he's willing, to my remedial man, Kev. He's actually such a good dude, super down to earth and loves his job, which is inflicting pain on people. So, you know, he's a bit of a sadist, I guess you could say. But honestly, it works, guys. It works, but I will want to say, with that, remedial, like tough remedial, hard, myomanipulation, you know, muscle manipulation and chiropractics and all that stuff, it kind of works, but what needs to be remembered is that it's a temporary thing. It's not a fix. It's a temporary solution. It's management. And what it does, it opens up a window for you to be in a comfortable enough position with your body to then work on it, to then address the issues, to, you know, work on the weak muscles, stretch the short muscles, you know, like, you know, and you might need to work with someone to figure that stuff out. You know, someone who's really well in tune with anatomy and biomechanics, like physiotherapist. If you get a good remedialist, they'll actually know. Like, you know, I've done remedial work. I'm an exercise sports scientist. I've got the qualification at uni, all that jazz. I've got a pretty good understanding of what the body should and shouldn't do and where its limits are. We learned that I did a half a course of myotherapy, and I learned all the ranges of all the movements of the joints, you know, external, internal rotation of the shoulder, you know, extension, flexion, you know, all kinds of shit, adduction, abduction, you know, of the shoulder. Obviously, I'm focusing on the shoulder here, but you know, that's a key one. Shoulder and hips tend to be a pretty bad one. Either way, rambling on, I'm going to take you guys along to hopefully see what Kev can do. I'll probably speed all that up, unless if there's parts that I'll slow down just for fun because they're funny, like me screaming in pain, because I know you guys would love that. And then yeah, the rest of the day it's pretty chill. I might go to the sauna. I've been doing sauna sessions quite regularly lately. I don't do it for fat burn. A lot of people think it's for fat burn. Obviously it does, through thermogenesis, help cause the body to try to use processes to regulate the heat, so cool itself down and whatnot, and that does induce calorie expenditure. Every process in the body requires energy, and it comes from calories. But I actually do it more for the other health benefits, especially heart health. I think that's a phenomenal one. You know, dilating the blood vessels, allowing blood to pass through easier, takes a lot of stress off the heart. And yes, it's only 15 minutes, but it shows phenomenal results. There's even been studies and whatnot that have shown that if you do multiple, like 15 to 20 minute bursts in one day, in one session, with little breaks in between, of course, like cool yourself down, don't cook yourself, you can actually have some growth hormone benefits. Like, I think it was somewhere, Hubison or whatever his name is. He's great with neuroscience and all physiology and hormones and stuff, but he was talking about, I think it's 16-fold it can improve your growth hormone for a certain set of time, which is nuts. So I don't know if I have the balls to do that just yet. I'm gonna work my way up to doing heaps of sessions. I've done like 4 15-minute sessions in a row before. That was tough, but that's about it. Anyway, I'm just gonna keep on trotting along, guys. I've yammered on your ear. If you're actually watching this, I'm super surprised. Personally, this is a weird process for me. I can only imagine you guys sitting on, fuck me, this is boring, and not watching. If you are watching, it's crazy that you're watching. But you know, feedback's great, guys. Feedback along the way. If there's things that you think you would like to see me do, or things that I'm doing that you think is absolutely dumb, tell me. I'm learning. So yeah, I'll flick this off. Hopefully, the next time you'll see me is meeting Kev and doing setting up my camera and just watching me in pain. So yeah, see you guys then.
Hey guys, so here we are at Kev's, just laying down on the bench face down. I told him about my shoulder/chest issues I was having yesterday, and I said I was pretty sure they were stemming from my upper back in my traps and rhomboid range. Kev decided that he was going to suss that area out with some needling. He put some needling in my mid to lower traps, my rhomboids, as well as my teres muscles. Sorry, not my teres muscles, my levator scap, which is basically a finger-wide muscle that, so quite narrow, quite small, but does a lot of work, because its job is to pull the back of the top of the shoulder blade, so top of the scapula, to the back of the skull. So if you ever shrug one side of your, shrug one arm, and then tilt that same side of your head back and to the side slightly, you should activate that levator scap. So when I did a shrug, I obviously went a bit too hard and heavy, and I guess I spazzed that muscle and seized it up. So Kev was doing some mighty fine work releasing those. So as you can see here, this is sped up 5.5 times. So you know, he's spending a lot of time on these levator scaps, guys. And I tell you what, he got some incredible releasing out of them. Like, it felt phenomenal. It didn't. It kind of hurt, but if you've done enough remedial sessions with someone, you start to like that kind of pain. It's hard to explain. Don't get me wrong; it definitely has its limits, and it can hurt like hell if it definitely hits that threshold or past it. But for the upper body sessions, I've developed a very strong pain threshold. Lower body sessions with Kev, holy hell, not yet. Anything that he does on my legs, it friggin' hurts. Wow, does he know how to deliver the pain? Either way, he's going back there. He's just picking out a few extra knots that he found in that levator scap and the rhomboid range. But I tell you what, he did some magic on that side specific that he was just on. It feels like I've been hit with a hammer right now in my trap, because the releasing was just that intense. Okay, now what he's doing right now is just moisturizing up my back and running his thumbs over him. Now, his thumbs are like steel. They're incredibly tough, and he can put a lot of pressure through those. So he uses them as almost like a implement. So he'll drive it down, and he'll just scrape it across your muscles, across the fascia, and basically he'll iron out any superficial knotting and superficial issues when it comes to muscle health with that. Now, he's whipped out this tool. I'll be quiet for a sec so you can hear this.
Doesn't feel nice. Do you feel the sharpness? That one's a lot sharper than the other one. That's okay. For you, maybe.
Okay, so this is scraping, guys. This is a special tool. This is a special tool that Kev just got recently. It's a heated, vibrating blade. So with that one, he's got the standard steel blade kit. Now, blading or scraping or whatever you'd like to call it is a remedial technique where they run a steel blade across the fascia, so the jacket of the muscle, and basically with moisturizer, of course, to basically break down that fascia a little bit so that it can mobilize by rehealing and actually opening up mobility, because when the fascia is unhealthy, it restricts the muscle, and the movement of the muscle then becomes inhibited. So that's super important for me in certain areas for certain problems that I sometimes run into. So right now he's just working on the front of my body now, just getting into the pecs, as I did train chest yesterday, and my interior delts, as they're probably a bit jacked up. And honestly, this always seems to do me the trick. It feels really good to have all of this done and released. So I kind of look at this almost like my weekly tune-up, as it definitely helps. Now remember, it's not a fix. It's not going to permanently solve issues, guys. You couple remedial with active functional work. So you need to figure out what's going on with your body and what's actually wrong, and then use this in conjunction, as it will make the whole process a lot easier to do, as you have the mobility and the ease of pain to be able to do it. So remember, it's not a fix, but it definitely helps towards the solution. Okay, guys, that's my remedial session with Kev. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll leave you with that. So that's the remedial session, guys. All done and dusted. I'm back home. I'm actually getting ready. I'm about to go to the sauna. That's going to be the last part of my recovery day, guys. It's bright here, isn't it? I'm just actually going... Let's just change. Ooh, still getting used to it. I'm just about to go to the sauna. So I just wanted to quickly show you guys something. How cool is this? Hello! Ooh. I should speak into the microphone. Oh, hello! Hello. So this is a gimbal. If you don't know what this is, it helps with all kinds of fun stuff when it comes to filming. Now, I'm obviously doing a lot of gym vlogs. I don't use this a lot. This is more for some other projects, but yeah, I'll be trying to make the most of this, doing small business commercials and real estate things and stuff like that. Maybe go to expos and whatnot. So you'll see me floating around with this. Either way, I thought I'd use this when it comes to me talking to myself. And if I hit the button 3 times, it comes back and looks back at me. So yeah, I'm going to go to the sauna now. That's going to be the last bit of my recovery day. I'm going to head back home. I'll see you back home. I can't bring you to the sauna. Sorry, guys. Okay, we are back from the sauna. I just smashed a meal of lean spaghetti bolognese and pasta. 1 15-minute round, 1 20-minute round in the sauna, and then in the cool pool to cool down. It's a hot-ass day in Bendigo. Yeah, I think it was an overall successful day of chillaxing and getting some recuperation in. Slept in this morning, did my cardio, had my remedial session, got beaten up in that remedial session, and then sauna. Now I'm going to have some time to myself, which is, geez, I'm sweating. It's crazy. After the sauna, I sweat like crazy, especially on a hot day. I'm going to finally put my feet up. I haven't had too much time to myself this week. Doing all this stuff, trying to get my head around it really, and editing and uploading and whatnot. I'm going to play some Baldur's Gate 3, and yeah, make the most of, I guess, my day off, if I want to think of it like that. Back into it tomorrow. I'm going to train me some, I think it's shoulders. Oh no, I think it's legs. But, got to do it. Either way, catch me tomorrow for leg day, and yeah, I'll see you then.